Good morning, beautiful souls, and good morning, beautiful empaths. You're all welcome back to my page. Welcome to my channel. This is your boy Desmos as always, and it's a really beautiful week. And I bless all of you. I wish you a very beautiful week. I wish you success in whatever you're doing. So for the new ones, as always, please, if it's your first time, because I know for some reason you've clicked on this page because you're looking for answers. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe on your way out. And at the end of this video, and also the ones who have been with me, welcome back. I thank all the new subscribers. Welcome to this forum, the page where we're breaking empaths free. It's a freedom forum, so if you hear one over the other, you're going to be set free from whichever issue is bothering you. So definitely today, I'm going to talk about something called the narcissist will try to destroy you once you leave them. So basically, this has been inspired by some of my followers. This subject has been inspired by some of my followers, and I quickly thought about it that I should actually give a light just for you to be. It's always good to be ready, you know what I mean? Because as much as the narcissist wants to be a couple of steps ahead of you, it is also in your power, and it's also up to you to use your power to try to be ahead of them, you know what I mean? So in case you don't know what to do, that's why you always come to these kind of forums to get one or two things to learn something that you need to protect yourself. Now, first of all, you need to remember to remind yourself, people, the narcissist has never let you go. It does not matter if you've discarded the narcissist or if they have discarded you. For the narcissist, the discard is the same. Whether they have left you or you've left them, it's always the same thing. So it does not matter whichever way it is, they have never let you go. And no matter where you go, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, the narcissist is keeping a very good tag on you. They may not be doing that physically or personally. They may have to use some people who they call the flying monkeys. They have a small team of people that they call flying monkeys. So they're keeping a tag on you. And you also have to come to the acceptance that you, as an individual, you are a narcissist material. You are the narcissist property. As long as you engage yourself with the narcissist, whether you know it or you don't know it, you become their property. You know what I mean? So it's like for them, they feel like they're entitled to whatever you're doing. They're entitled to your life. They're entitled to your welfare. They're entitled to everything about you. You know what I mean? So you become their property. You know what I mean? So, but then for some reason, because they keep on abusing you on a daily basis, they abuse you now and then, today or tomorrow. So it's like the abuse becomes very intense. And at the end of the day, you stop to live life according to your means. So you start to live according to the narcissistic manual, the narcissistic schedule. You know what I mean? So you have become their property. And then eventually, after long periods of abuse, you start to run out of fuel. So you start to run out of supply, and somehow, they feel like they can never get anything from you. So probably you started resenting them, and you're not giving them enough sex, or probably resenting them and you're not giving them enough attention or enough money or whatever. So it's like whatever you've been giving them has been reduced to less or even to none. You know what I mean? So narcissists cannot accept that. So what they do, they wrap you up and put you up somewhere on the shelves, and they put you on a pedestal. So it's like now they discard you, or you discard them. Like I said, it doesn't matter. So then now they quickly run over to a new source of supply. You know what I mean? It does not always have to be a new source of supply, because the narcissists, they always hoover those people that have been dating. Sometimes they've been dating those people before. Sometimes it can happen when after the discard, you can realize that either one, the narcissist has gone back to their old sources of supply, to their old relationships, old partners, or they have found somebody new. So it can happen either way. But if they decide to go either way they do it, it does not matter. A narcissist has not let you go, because a narcissist, in their small minds, they know you are their property. So you belong to them, no matter where you are, no matter what you do. And they have never completely let you go. They will always fantasize about you. They will always reminisce about you. They will always miss you. They will always want you back. But then it's like they want you back, when they know that you've done some work, you've put in some work on yourself, you know what I mean? They have discarded you and left you somewhere. So you go out there and start putting in the work to heal yourself, to recover, to heal yourself, you know what I mean? So one way or the other, either they will notice, or the flying monkeys will tell them that so-and-so is doing well now, so-and-so, they have now bought a nice car, they have got a good job, they have done this and that. So what they do now, that's when now they will start to prepare to hoover you back into the relationship, you know what I mean? But for some reason, if you go out there and heal, you know what I mean? If you go out there and recover, they are going to know. The narcissist will know. The narcissists, they are always ahead of the game. They want to be ahead of the game. So they will know that, oh, so-and-so is doing well. You know what I mean? So it's like one way or the other, they will try to start preparing. But then some of the time you can find that most of the victims of this narcissistic abuse, they have healed. Well, maybe some of them even have unmasked the narcissist. There is not always everybody who lives these relationships. They are able to unmask the narcissist. So some of them, they have left and they have unmasked the narcissist. So they have really found out that, okay, they've been dealing with abuse. But some of them, they have not. But either way, they have still healed. You know what I mean? You, as an individual, you have to always remember something in particular, is that the narcissist, they will now they will start to program themselves for a hoover, to hoover you back into the relationship. And should it happen in that way that a narcissist cannot hoover you, it is going to become a bit dangerous. Now, this is the main aim of this video, that I want to prepare you. You should always be very, very, take good precaution and take very good care of yourselves, because you always have to remind yourself that the narcissist will always want to come back and pick you up from wherever they left you. They always want to come back and pick you up. So you always have to remember that if it comes to that extent whereby you have healed too much enough, because yes, they want you to heal. Yeah, they want you to heal because they want to come back and pick you up and take you back into the relationship. They don't want you to heal and carry on with your life. They want you to heal so that they can pick you back, because now you have refueled yourself with good energy. So they want to come back and now take fresh energy from you. So they don't want you to move on. But for some reason, when you start moving on, you know what I mean? When you heal and you start moving on from that relationship, you say that, okay, so whatever it is, I've been discarded, or they've discarded me. It was a year ago, it was 2 years ago. So now I'm not looking back. You've already unmasked them. You've already seen them for the beasts that they are, for the demons that they are. Now you want to move on. It becomes very tricky, because I can guarantee you that a narcissist does not want, for whichever reason, to let you go and fall into some other's hands, somebody else's hands. So they do not expect one day to be walking down the street and then they're going to meet you on the way, walking hand to hand with somebody else, a new partner, a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever. So they do not expect that to happen. They cannot stand that, because these people, they have got a very big ego. They know that you are their property. It does not matter whether you're with them, with or without them, you are their property, and you will forever be their property until the last day of their life. So that's their program. They know that they are going to handle your case until the last day of your lives. You know what I mean? Either they part or you part, doesn't matter. So they cannot handle seeing you with somebody else. And a narcissist, let me tell you something, guys, a narcissist will do everything in their power to destroy you. If you have been dealing with these people like a psychopath, these people who are like with psychopathy tendencies, people who are psychopaths, they can actually even physically harm you. You know what I mean? They can try to set up some sort of people to come and harm you physically. If they can't do it, they cannot do that themselves. You know what I mean? So you're supposed to take proper precautions when you're dealing with this kind of situation, because these people, they're very, very dangerous. Narcissists, they are very, very dangerous and very, very evil people. So you do not want you don't want a situation whereby you've successfully healed, and then for some reason you end up in so many problems. You know what I mean? So when you as much as you're dealing with a discard, as much as you're dealing with a discard and you're out there recovering, you always have to try to remember some of those things that they have involved you and your ex-narc together. You know what I mean? There are some of those things that have been bringing you guys together. This can be kids, this can be finances, this can be whatever. So you might want to put some mechanisms in place, you know what I mean? And prepare yourself, because if you know that because these narcissists, they have a tendency of attaching. They like setting up some traps, you know what I mean? So they set up these traps, and this can be financial traps, it can be emotional traps, financial traps, or whatever, but they always have a tendency of setting up some traps. So which traps they want to now apply at a later stage in time, because they know that if at one stage in time you want to get away, you want to run away, you want to disappear and free yourself from them, then they can use those traps against you. So they will remember that, okay, so I remember when I was with so-and-so, we did this and it wasn't completed. And for some reason, it was your fault. So whatever they are doing, they're setting up these traps and putting those traps and putting your name on top of those traps. You know what I mean? So this can be financial debts, this can be friendships or some other people in your circles, but either way, there's always some sort of a trap that the narcissist has set on the side now for a later, because they know that at a later stage in time, they're going to use these traps against you. So the way they want to destroy you now is when they notice that now you're not accepting the hoovers, you're not going to accept those hoovers and their lies anymore. You have taken it and you're not going to accept them anymore in your life. Now that's when now they start to remember whichever traps they had set aside, you know what I mean, on the side, just to make your life very, very difficult, because they will do whatever it is in their power to make sure that your life becomes a living hell. You know what I mean? It's like for them seeing you with a narcissist will have a narcissistic injury just by seeing you on the street holding somebody's hand. Maybe they have moved on with a new partner. Maybe they have got somebody new already. They are moving, maybe they even have kids already with somebody new. But when a narcissist, I can guarantee you, doesn't matter narcissist, psychopath or sociopath, when they see you at one stage out there having a good life, you're successful, you've rejuvenated yourself, you have a good job, you have a better job, you're living your life to the fullest. You know what I mean? They cannot handle that, because that alone in itself, it causes them a very, very deep narcissistic injury, and it also rubs their ego the wrong way. You know what I mean? And it puts them in the spotlight, because now all these flying monkeys will start to see them for who they are. They will start to think that, okay, so for a very long time you were telling us that so-and-so was not a good person. You know what I mean? You were telling us that so-and-so was bad, so-and-so was doing this, so-and-so was doing that. But at the end of the day, when they left you, they became even better than they were before when they were with you. So some of those things, they're afraid of that, because they know all those people who have believed in them when you guys were together, all those people that have taken their advice, and all those people that have been using to give them information, now they are going to see you a better person. When you have left the narcissist, you are going to be living a better life, and you're going to be dating, having a very, very good, fruitful relationships, beautiful business. You're looking better, you're glowing, you have successful encounters with people. So those people are now going to see that after all, it was the narcissist who was who had the problem in the first place. So it was never about you. So they are going to see them for who they are. You know what I mean? And the narcissist cannot handle that. And that is why the narcissist will use all terms, all forms of, they can go to limits. A narcissist will afford to even injure themselves just trying to hurt you. You know what I mean? They will try to go extra limits. They will have to jump over a wall if they have to, just to find a way how they can hurt you. You may even sometimes see them sneaking up, jumping over the walls, and coming in the night and trying to sneak up in your windows. What are you doing? Who is in the house? And who are you dating, or something like that. And sometimes they can plot some sort of a revenge, because they cannot handle to see you living a good life and successful. They cannot handle. Even sometimes you see, that's why some people have even left narcissists and ended up relocating to new cities and different towns, because they are just afraid of having to face these people one way or the other, because maybe they know where they're living, where you guys have been living before. They know the place very well. They know the address. Sometimes they even have the keys. People have gotten to extents of even having to change the door locks. You know what I mean? Just in case, to prepare themselves, because you never know. When you're living in narcissist, you never know. Anything is possible. When they ever go out there and they notice that you have succeeded in whatever you're doing, you have left them, it puts them to a very big shame. They will be very, very ashamed of that. You know what I mean? So they cannot handle seeing you in the spotlight, seeing you meeting good people, successful, beautiful jobs and beautiful souls, doing great things for yourself. They cannot handle that. If they ever sense that for whichever way, somebody tells them, or a flying monkey tells them, or even sometimes they see you maybe on social media or whatever it is, and they can have a glimpse of what your lifestyle looks like, they are going to try to sneak in very quickly. And in that time, even that's where most of the time the hoovers come in. So they can try to drop now the new sources of supply very, very quickly, because now they will know you who was a primary source, you have rejuvenated. And they already know the kind of power you hold. So they will try to sneak back into the relationship very quickly. They will drop whoever they are dating, and then they'll try to sneak back to you. You know what I mean? So don't be fooled when you see a narcissist is very quiet and whatever it is, they are watching you. They will watch you in whichever, they will use They will even put a lot of money to that if they have to. They will inject money in that business, in the spying if they have to, because they have got to watch whatever you're doing. They want to be updated. Where are you living? Number one, who are you dating? What kind of job are you doing? And what is with your psyche? Because they already know that they have destroyed your psychology completely. They have destroyed and strangled your brain completely. So now they want to know, how is your brain? How fresh is your brain now? Can you think again? Can you reason again? Because they know they have destroyed you. These people, they are devils. They know that they have destroyed you to the maximum. And for some reason, they think that you will never be able to get back on your feet. So when they leave you or discard you, they keep a very good tag on you to make sure that they keep updated. So if they ever sense that you're doing well without them, they will try to hover you. But in this video, I'm preparing you. It is most likely you're not going to accept them, because when you finish healing, you can never be able to put yourself back in that pain you were before. You know what I mean? You can never be able to see yourself in that position, sitting down next to the narcissist who has destroyed your life already before. So you cannot see yourself in that situation. You've already put in a lot of work and healed and rejuvenated yourself and recovered. So you can never see yourself again holding hands with the same narcissist who has abused you in the first place, going back to bed with them, sitting down with them in a coffee shop or whatever. So most of the people, they will reject those kind of hoovers. Some people are not strong enough. So there are some people who have usually gotten back into those relationships, who have been hoovered back. But for the person, this video is addressing that person who cannot, for whichever reason, get back into some sort of a relationship with an ex-narcissist. That is where the trouble comes now, because the narcissist cannot handle seeing you living a successful life after them. They cannot handle seeing you happy. They cannot handle seeing you with somebody new. They cannot handle you, even just to see you smile is a very big pain to them. They cannot handle that, because by default, that's the way they are programmed. They cannot see happiness. They are enemies of progress, and they cannot see happiness. You know what I mean? So the more happy you get, is the more distressful they become. So they become very, very depressed and stressed, and they cannot handle that. They cannot see themselves going down to that pit. So what they will do, they will make sure that you are the one who has caused that depression, whatever they are having, because you are happy and you've caused them a lot of pain. So now they are going to try to create a problem to try to hurt you and even destroy you if they can. If you're dealing with a psychopath, they might even want to set up some people outside somewhere, wait for you at the end of the street, and even harm you physically. If you're dealing with these people, because psychopaths, they are deeply mentally broken. You know what I mean? So you always have to keep yourself on the guard. You have to know what you need to do. Sometimes I've always advised you, if it requires you to protect yourself using the law enforcement or whatever, there are always means to protect yourself. So if you ever feel like you're being threatened by your ex-narcissist, first of all, you have to keep a good eye on yourself. You know what I mean? Look around, keep a good eye on yourself, and make sure that you are doing everything in your power to protect yourself, your kids, and your family. You know what I mean? But most importantly, yourself, because you are the primary person they need. You're the primary guy they need. Man or woman, doesn't matter. So guys, keep safe. Always remember, these people, they will try to destroy you. When you're out there, because this is on my page is about healing, all my page is about healing and recovery. So if you're out there and you're recovering, you're being discarded and you're recovering, and you're trying to get yourself back together, always remember that the ex-narcissists, they are watching you. They're keeping you on. They're keeping a tag on you. They're watching you, and they're waiting to see if they're going to be able to bring you back in that relationship. But if they can't, they may try to hurt you. So they may try to destroy you. They will hurt you or they will destroy you either way. But you always have to be on the guard. If you feel that you're being threatened, then you might want to start thinking about the law enforcement. You know what I mean? If you feel you need some kind of restraining orders, maybe you have kids at home, you need some sort of restraining orders, or you need some sort of extra protection, then maybe you want to engage the local authorities and make sure that they know about your situation and what is going on. But do not let yourself hang out there when you feel threatened by a narcissist. Do not let yourself hang out there by yourself, because a narcissist, by default, they cannot see you moving on and going on into a new relationship, living a happy life without them. Whether you've discarded them or they have discarded you, it does not matter. They cannot handle, and they don't know how to deal with it when you're living a happy life after them. Guys, it's been my video for today. For those of you who haven't yet done so, please like, share, and subscribe. And for those of you who want to support the channel, all the details are in the description box below. It's been Desmos, and I wish you a really beautiful week ahead of you. Much love and blessings. And on top of that, safe healing and recovery. See you later now. Bye.